So today I'm doing a little bit of a vlog-a-rooney. So I am actually going to be reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. This vlog I'm going to be reading that and then Truly Devious. I was looking for a third book, but I was like, girl, you don't need to read 3 books in one vlog. You can just read 2. So I'm just going to read the first book in these series to see if I like them, because I'm not really a YA girly, but I really want to be. Like, I want to like YA. Like, I feel like YA is really diverse right now. I feel like a lot of their books sound good. I don't know what it is about. I mean, I do know what it is about YA that I don't like, but it's just like everyone likes them. They're so hyped, and I don't want to not like YA, right? So I do think I would like YA mysteries. Apple, chill out. When I read Inheritance Games a few years ago, I loved it. It was so fast paced, it was fun. I listened to the audiobook, I had a good time. I'm not continuing on with the series though, because I think the series is unnecessary. Come on now. But like with that book specifically, I think A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and Truly Devious, like, they have a reason to be like so long. But I really think the Inheritance Games is so long so it could like, the romance could like really blossom and be fleshed out. Like, I don't know, I haven't finished them, I don't know, but it's not my cup of tea anymore. I love the first book, I own the first book, it's just not my cup of tea anymore. But I do want to read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and Truly Devious, so that is what this vlog is going to be. So I'm actually filming a vlog for my TikTok where I see how much I can read in an hour, and I thought I would just start this vlog off because I'm going to be filming today, but maybe after I film I might want to just finish the book, because y'all know I read fast, and I'll probably only have like I'll probably read like 100 pages and I'll probably only have like 200 pages left. So I just want to film my intro, but I'm gonna go read, and then once I'm done with my hour, I'll come back and tell you guys what my first impressions are. Almost forgot to record this, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Okay, so I basically finished. I didn't finish. I read 100 pages of A Good Girl's Guide. It's over there, I'm not holding up. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I did this video where I was trying to see how much I could read in an hour, and I read 100 pages. It's really easy to read 100 pages in this book because it is mixed media, so there is a lot of like random stuff in the book that doesn't, you don't have to read a whole page for. So that helped me. But okay, so here are my thoughts so far. I don't know how old Piper is, and that's really confusing me because she's a senior. And I know that Ravi is her love interest, but he's 20, and not saying it's like a little bit weird. Like, I'm not one of those people who like, oh, like, I just feel like because she's in high school it's weird. Like, if she is 18 and I'm giving her the benefit, I'm giving the author like a benefit of doubt and saying that she's 18, but if she is 18, then her dating someone who's 20 isn't weird. But the fact that he's 20 and out of high school, obviously, because why would a 20-year-old be in high school, and she's 18 maybe in high school, it just makes it a little bit weird, versus if she was 18 and not in high school. But like, I get that she had to be in high school so she could do this, but also like, you couldn't have made her like, not even saying like it's because it's YA, but if you're gonna make him 20 and her in high school, then it should have just been a college, like she could have just been a college freshman or something like that, because like the age differences really throw me off. But other than that, like, I think the book is like fine. Also, what confuses me is that in the beginning of the book, the teacher tells Piper not to investigate the family, and she still does. So that's what confused me. Like, I'm a little lost there. But other than that, I think the book is fine. Like, I don't find anything like super interesting. Like, there's not any twist or anything happening. There's nothing happening. I do like the small town aspect, and I've actually been wanting a book that has mixed media, because I was just thinking like about like when I first joined BookTube in like 2017, like how popular mixed media books were and how much I love them, and like how much I wish authors would do mixed media. And then I pick up A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and it was mixed media. Like, I didn't know it was mixed media, or if I did know that, then like I forgot about it, because I totally forgot. Like, I opened the book and I was like, oh. But so yeah, I don't see myself loving this book, but like, I am very interested. I just don't see myself giving this book like 5 stars. I do see myself giving it like 3 or 4. Like, it's a fine book, but I know a lot of people like love this book. Like, I posted it on my Be Real, and one of my friends was like, oh my gosh, I love this book. Or like, I posted a TikTok and everyone was like, oh my gosh, I love this book. And I'm like, huh, it's okay. I'm not a YA girly. I'm starting to realize I am not a YA girly. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, honestly, this book doesn't even read like YA, whatever that is, or it doesn't even read like YA thrillers, because YA thrillers, I'm sorry, but they suck. This doesn't read like YA, and their ages kind of don't make it feel like YA. But I don't know what it is about this book, but I need to get to the plot twist. I am more of a plot twist girly, so if I like the plot twist, I can see myself giving it 5 stars. Like, as of now, not really. And so I'm gonna spend an hour reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and then once I finish that, I'm gonna spend an hour reading Truly Devious, because I'm doing a video where I read my physical book versus my ebook. So a bee literally just flew into my window, like face. Anyways, so I'm also going to be starting Truly Devious, so my next update should be my opinions on Truly Devious. But I just need to come in and film this before I forgot, because I almost did. Okay, so I'm reading a book, and I just had a realization. First of all, I look hot as fuck. Anyways, I just had a realization. Everything is happening so easily for Piper. Like, things are literally falling into her lap. I was reading the part where she goes to talk to Andy's dad, and she's like, oh, I didn't explain what the book is about. Okay, so this book is about this girl named Piper who is doing this report for her senior project on this mystery that happened in their town about this girl who went missing, and then her boyfriend who offed himself shortly after that. He was a suspect for it, but then he offed himself. So people kind of just was like, okay, well, he did it and he offed himself, so case closed, right? So she is looking into it because she wants to know like why he did it, or if he really did it to begin with. So Piper's talking to Andy's dad, and she's like asking him a question, and he's answering so like answering so easily, and also like he's like giving her information. Like, apparently Andy like bullied this girl, and the fact that he told Piper but didn't tell the police is just so weird to me. And it's like these people who she's interviewing, like these things are like falling into her lap. Like, they're not being like, no one wants to not talk about it. Like, you would think like her dad and her close friends just wouldn't want to talk about it. Or even Robbie, like the fact that she talked to Robbie, who was the boyfriend's brother, the fact that she talked to him and he wants to even work with her is just so weird. Like, everything is convenient in this story, I'm starting to realize. But also I think that like the twist of like Andy being like a mean girl and like bullying someone, it's not really a twist, but I think that like the information revealed is very interesting. But I don't see myself giving this book 5 stars. Like, how everything is falling into Andy's lap. Like, come on now. But other than that, I'm pretty much liking everything else. So I don't see myself like being obsessed, like loving it like everybody else. But I was just thinking about that, and I was like, very convenient. Okay, so I finished my pages that I needed to read. This is how far I am. I am 210 pages into the book now. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Let me fix the lighting. I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't know how I'm feeling about this book. Ever since I realized like how convenient everything is for Piper, I'm kind of just been like side-eyeing the book. And this girl just broke into somebody's house. Like, what? Like, on one hand, I kind of don't care because it's like a YA mystery thriller, and that's what they be doing in like the YA mystery thriller like TV shows and stuff like that. I don't think I've ever read a mystery thriller YA book where they've broken into somebody's house. But like in TV, like the YA TV shows like Nancy Drew and shit, like they be breaking into people's houses. I don't know, I don't know. But like she think her ass is Nancy Drew or something, which like probably. I thought that was like crazy, but like I don't know how to explain it. Like, it doesn't seem like something that's like it makes sense for Piper. Like, it makes sense for her to be breaking into people's house, you know? And like that's something that they do in YA thrillers, YA mysteries. So it's like on one hand I'm kind of like okay, whatever, but on the other hand I'm like and other than that, like I was a little bored reading the pages. And Robbie showed up, and he hadn't been there for like a good like 70-80 pages. I forgot his ass existed when he showed up. I was like, who the hell? And I was like, oh yeah, I didn't totally forgot about Robbie. Like I'm just ready to find out. I'm glad I have 100 pages left, because I'm just ready to find out like who did it and what it was, so I could be done. But and then that'll be like what I like, and that'll be like that'll base on what I rated. So like if I like the thriller, if I like the plot twist, I'll probably give it 4 stars or 5 stars depending on how good it is. I don't really think it's gonna be that good. So depending on how good it is, I'll probably give it 4 or 5 stars. And then if I don't like it, I'll probably just give it 3, because it's not a bad book. Like, I don't hate the book or anything like that. It's just like not blowing me out of the water. And then if I like the plot twist, I'll base it off of like if I'll continue on with the series as well, because as of right now, I don't think that I will. Not that there's anything wrong with the books, I just feel like they're fine, they're okay, they're mediocre. This is not a series that I really want to keep up with. Yeah, I'm gonna get into Truly Devious now. I'm trying to figure if I want to take my makeup off. I don't know. Because I feel like I look cute right now. But also, I'm done filming. I have nothing else to do. And when I like to read on my Kindle, I like to lay down. So, who knows if I will take my makeup off or not. I really need to figure that out. Okay, so I know that I said I would be back once I finished, like once I read my 100 pages for Truly Devious and then finished Good Girls Guide to Murder. But I lied, okay? So, I'm just going to talk about... So, I did read my 100 pages of Truly Devious, though. Bad idea. Let me turn the brightness down. Does this help? Okay, the brightness is... That's the wrong app. Okay, no. Truly Devious. Okay, I'm going to talk about Truly Devious. Yeah, so I read 100 pages of Truly Devious, and so far it's okay. I'm kind of getting into it a little bit. I'm not like too much into it. I am a little worried because I looked up some reviews and I saw some people saying that you don't find out anything in this book, like nothing is really revealed at the end and there's a bunch of questions, and like that's not really what I'm into. But I do like the mystery. I think the mystery is very interesting. This book is about this school, this boarding school that they're going to, and the main character is obsessed with true crime, and she wants to work with like crime and like murders and stuff like that. And so she ends up going to this school that has this big crime, like true crime behind it, and her goal is to basically solve it. And so that's why she's going there. And basically it was about this young girl who was kidnapped in like the 30s, which that's such a long time to be trying to solve a crime for, but that's neither here nor there. And so far I think that the crime is very interesting. Well, I don't think the crime itself is very interesting, but like, you know, I do think like the mystery behind it, and like the fact that the school is named after the girl that was kidnapped, and the father like opened the school, and like there were some weird things that was going on, and I do find that very interesting. And I find the school interesting. I like the boarding school aspect. As we know, I'm a dark academia girl, so I do find the school interesting. And even though this vlog isn't me comparing both of these books, I am going to compare Truly Devious and The Girls Guide to Murder because I can. So based off like not having finished either of them, I do think that Truly Devious is a little bit more interesting. I don't really care for what's going on. I don't really, not that I don't really care for what's going on, but I think that the mystery in Truly Devious is just a little bit more interesting than the mystery in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Now, I have not really gotten into like, what's her name, Stevie, trying to solve what happened, so I can't really say much about like her trying to solve it, but I will say I don't like how everything is convenient for Piper. Let's call her Piper. For Piper and A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I just think that it's really annoying, and it doesn't really it takes the fun out of the book. And then also I think the mystery of what happened itself really isn't that like interesting and fun. I don't know, I just feel like because these are fake, like this isn't real true crime, because I know real true crime isn't like interesting and fun and things like that, but because it isn't real true crime, I think that the authors of Good Girl Guide to Murder could have made it a little bit more interesting. Like, okay, a girl went missing. It's just like I feel like, I don't know, I guess I wanted something crazy to happen if you're going to be writing a true crime like thriller like type of book. I just feel like it should have been something crazy. I just feel like it's so like I could have came up with that, you know. And you probably ask yourself, why didn't you? That's neither here nor there. So then Truly Devious, I do think that Truly Devious, like, okay, so like it's not that crazy either, but I think if you add the plot of like rich people and a boarding school and having all the access there to like what's going on, even though it was set in like the 30s, I just feel like it just makes a little bit more sense. So I'm gonna finish A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and see if I'll continue on with the series, and then after that I'll read Truly Devious and see if I'll continue on with the series. I don't know about either. I'm not really much of a YA mystery girl, which is why we're here, which is why we're doing the vlog. But I'm a little nervous because I don't think I'm gonna love it. And it sucks because this is my book club. Truly Devious is my book club pick for me and Jake's book club that we have. And I have yet to like a book club pick that either, like, that we've had. We've had 3 book club picks so far this summer, and I have yet to like any of them. So there's that, which is very unfortunate. But I don't want to like force myself to like it and pretend I, you know, I don't want to do none of that. So hopefully something happens that just makes me really interested. But I will say it was really easy to read. It was really quick. I was a little worried because it is 400 pages. For what reason? The fact that the book is 400 pages and you don't even find out anything in the end is absolutely insane. Like, there better be shit going on every single page. Okay. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I'm probably gonna procrastinate for an hour and then finish reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Okay, so I finished A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and I will be giving it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I might end up boosting up to 4 stars later. I really don't know. I'm really sitting on the ending. The ending did gag me. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't really think about this person, the person who it was. So I thought that was good. And I thought, like, what happened made a lot of sense, I guess. It was like kind of crazy. It like reminded me of like, not like it was Fear Street, but it reminded me of like reading Fear Street and how like something would happen to a character and their first thought was to like murder someone instead of like being normal, you know. So that, like, but then I get like things happen like so quickly and like stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I feel like this book really reminded me of Pretty Little Liars and 90210 and The Summer I Turned Pretty. Like towards the end, like once the stuff starts being revealed, it kind of reminded me of those things. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because it was starting to get a little bit too much. And it was like, it was just like, it was so dull. Like part 2 was so dull, and like part 3 was like a little bit of the end. And so it was really, because I don't want to call it boring, because it wasn't boring. Like I was very much interested. I really liked what was happening in the reveals and stuff like that. But it was like, it was so dull, and then you get to the end and like all this stuff just starts happening, and I was just like kind of like, whoa. Let me see what else. On to the part about everything being convenient. There was like a reveal that happens with these like group of friends, and I hated how fast they like spilled their secrets to Piper. Like she really didn't have to fight for anyone to do anything. Like when she talked to like Andy's dad in the beginning of the book, she didn't have to like press him to like talk about these things. Like he was just like, oh yeah, okay. Or like when this group of friends reveals like something that happened with them, she didn't have to like get it out of them. They kind of was just like, well, this is what happened. And then also even the reveal at the end, like when it reveals like what happened, like she doesn't really have to like get that person to say anything. She's like, I know it was you, and the person was like, oh, it was me, here's what happened. And it's kind of just like, okay. So it's like, and then the end just really made me sad. Like everything that happened, what happened to Andy, like the person revealing like what happened, like it was just all really sad, and it was kind of like unexpected because it didn't, I mean, I guess not really unexpected, but also like, I don't know, it kind of threw me off a little bit. So excuse me, I think I might continue on with the series. I got an Libby ebook. I requested an ebook on Libby, so that's a 7-week hold. So depending on when it come in, I might feel like reading it and read it, or it might come at the worst time ever and I might not want to read it. That's just how I am with like all of my holds in general though, so who knows. Like when it comes in, I'll just have to see. So I guess like if I feel like reading it, then like right now I want to read it, but I don't have the book right now. So hopefully it comes in when I'm still interested, or else I'm just gonna forget about this book and move on. But yeah, it was just like very dull, because I don't want to call it boring because it wasn't, but it was just very like run-of-the-mill. Like I said this in my review on Goodreads, I just don't understand what everyone, like what all my friends love about this book, because like everywhere I posted, like all of my friends, like I posted it on my B-Reel, one of my friends was like, oh my gosh, I love that book. I posted it on Book Talk, all of my friends were like, oh my god, I love that book, hope you ever fun. Like literally everyone just tell me how much they loved it and how much it's their favorite book, and it's like I don't get it. And not in the sense of like this book isn't good, I don't get it, but more like what am I missing? Like what did everyone else love about the book that I don't love? Because I didn't really care about Piper as a character. I didn't really care about the characters anyways. Like they just felt like Piper, she felt like a teenage girl, but they just felt like characters in the book. They didn't really feel like, I'm gonna make these characters like, I could read another mystery thriller and have a same exact character like Piper, you know what I'm saying? Like very like headstrong characters that need to solve this thing because they're really interested. Like it's like literally any other mystery thriller like TV show even. So it's like I didn't find anything special about Piper. Robbie was okay. I thought Robbie was kind of interesting, I guess. But it's like the characters were fine. The group of, like it was all just fine. So it's like I don't, what is about it that makes other people connect to it that I'm just like not getting. But yeah, so I'm gonna move on to Truly Devious. I'll probably update in the morning because I'm probably gonna like turn my lights off and just chill, or I might read my audiobook that I'm listening to, because I usually listen to it. I've been listening to an audiobook all week, so I might do that. Or who knows, it's 2 a.m. I might just finish I might finish Truly Devious, or like read 200 pages, or like read a lot of Truly Devious tonight and then finish it in the morning. But those are my plans. Okay, so I ended up finishing Truly Devious last night. Me and Jake had an impromptu bookstore day yesterday, so I didn't really read anything because I woke up and he was like, do you want to go to the bookstore today? They're having a 50% off sale. I was like, duh. And we went at like 4:30 and we stayed out until like 8. And I got some books. I got Trust in the Emerald Sea and One for My Enemy. I was already like, Trust in the Emerald Sea I had started on my phone and I really liked the first chapter. I just haven't gotten around to it because I've been prioritizing my physical reads. And I feel like and then this was like one of the books I wanted to get for myself for my birthday, so I decided to like make it easier on myself and like just get some books off that list. So I got that, and then I also got one for My Enemy, which way before this was announced to like be like published, I started this and I liked the first few chapters, but I just never continued it. And just because it's just easier for me to read books physically than like, I had this on my iBooks, so like I'll read a book on my Kindle before I read it on my iBooks, you know. And I totally forgot I had it, and I totally forgot about this. I fucking love this cover. I'm really hoping that, and this also has like art on the inside. I want also Masters of Death, but I don't like the cover for that, like the color specifically. And then it's like you either get this like weird white color or this ugly looking green, like glowing in the dark. I don't think it glows in the dark, but it looks like it glows in the dark, like color. So apparently this is like Romeo and Juliet, but like witches, and I think this would be really good for fall. And these are all the books that I got for my birthday so far. So Jake got me these two, and then a subscriber, Ruchama, I hope I said that right, Ruchama, she got me these two, and I like put my little note. She got me Highly Suspicious and For the Cute, which I really enjoyed this year. And then she also got me that Self-Same Metal, which I'm obsessed with this cover, and I read this year and I liked it. Yeah, if anyone else wants to give me some birthday books, my wish list is always in the description. And the wish list that I usually put in my description is like my general wish list that I buy books for myself from. Well, I buy books for myself, but my general wish list I just put things in. But I'm gonna change it to my wish list of books that I own books that I read but I don't own, because I personally am prioritizing buying off that list. And so I also would, if people were to buy me a book, it would make me feel better knowing that I've already read it and loved it, versus them buying me a book that I haven't read and having a higher risk of me not like loving it. So I decided to just make it a list of books that I've already read and enjoy and don't own. So like I said, if anyone wants to buy me anything, like no pressure, but I know some people do like buying gifts for people, so I just want to say that my wish list is in my description. So I finished Truly Devious last night. I gave it 3 stars. I thought that Truly Devious was fine. I did get really bored, and then I did get really bored. It's like 400 pages of like nothing. Like I could see if the book was like 200 pages or something like that, or 400 pages and something happens at the end. But it was 400 pages, nothing happened, and then there was nothing. It ended on a cliffhanger. Like they didn't find out anything, and it's like, why did I just read a 420 page book just for them to not find out anything in the end? And it's like, I just don't get like how A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, I just don't get what it is about the book that everyone is like, this is my favorite book. Like, I get that it's a likable book. I get that people are like, oh my gosh, this book, I really enjoyed this book. But like, for people to be like, this book is my favorite, I love it, it's like, what is it about it? Because in Truly Devious, came, I saw someone do a review and they said that like, the Stevie is a watered down version of Piper, but this book came out first, so technically Stevie would just be a better version of Piper. I mean, Piper would be a better version of Stevie because this came out first. Here comes my damn cat. She always does this when I'm recording. So yeah, like, I just don't like, I don't think that Stevie is like that much of an interesting character. She overanalyzes everything, which is understandable because I overanalyze everything. I'm always like overthinking and stuff like that. But it's like reading that in a book character as well, it's just like really annoying. Like, nobody wants to read that in a book character. So yeah, and then also like I didn't really find like the relationship, like I didn't really find like the relationship dynamics between Stevie and David like that interesting. I didn't really care for it, and like I don't think that people read these novels for like romance. I did like the school aspect. I could see people like, I really like the like creepy school with like all this lore behind it. I did like it, but I didn't like it enough to be like, oh my gosh, I love this book, you know, like, oh my gosh, like this is my favorite book. Like when I have a favorite book, like I have to think about like, how do I feel about the characters, how do I feel about the setting, how do I feel about the plot. And if I like 2 or more, then like, okay, usually I shoot for like 3. Like Ninth House, I love the characters, I love the setting, I love the plot. It's my favorite, you know. Folk of the Air, love the characters, love the setting, love the plot, you know. And maybe other people aren't like that. Maybe they just need to love the characters. But I can't just love the characters. For me, in order to love a book, it has to be all around like a good book, you know, and meet my standards. But like, I know other people don't read like that, so I just want to know like, what about both of these books, A Good Girl Guides to Murder and Truly Devious, makes it your favorite books? Because it's just like, I'm not seeing it. Like, I'm completely missing it. And it's not in the sense of like, this book is trash, what do you guys think? Like, it's generally like, what redeeming qualities do these books have? Like, and then honestly, I could see, after reading Truly Devious, I can see why people like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, because it does like, it at least has like, you know, plot twists and things that you find out throughout the book, and her actively doing things, and you end, even though it has a sequel, even though it's a series, it ends with you finding out something. Unlike Truly Devious, and I'm not about to be reading the same storyline for a whole book series. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm sorry. But also, I do know that these are middle grade books, so maybe most of the people that love them are teenagers and things like that. There are some adults that I know that like these books, so simply for them, like, what is it about this book that y'all love? So yeah, that's the end of this vlog. I kind of want to make this a series, like reading like, you know, 2 books that are similar, or 2 books that are compared, or like just 2 books in a genre that I don't usually go for. I think that like that would be very fun. So maybe I need a name for this series. But other than that, I'll be ending the vlog here. I hope that you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts about either of these books, and please, if you love these books, please tell me what is it about these books that you love, because I want to know, like, what am I not seeing, you know. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.